Okay. I've never done this before, so I have no idea what I'm doing. I think I'm on. All right, awesome. I see little hearts going. Okay, so I think we'll wait just maybe a minute or two for some people to hop on. I just really wanted to do this broadcast tonight because I know that there's a lot of you guys that weren't able to make it to Dallas. I'm going to put my glasses on so I can read what you guys are saying. Scott, I'm sorry I invited you to my broadcast. So I know you guys are on this broadcast right now because I invited you because maybe you weren't able to get to Dallas, and we all have our reasons why we can't go, and they vary. I know, and I'm not in Dallas right now, as maybe some of you guys may or may not know, but Scott and I got news just about a month ago or so that I've been diagnosed with stage 2 breast cancer. So I'm supposed to be home resting, getting ready for treatment and stuff, but I can't stop doing Miriam. So I'm doing it as much as I can. I watched the whole event today. I took massive notes, and I'm fortunate enough that I am able to be home to watch the event. And I know that there's probably some of you that had to work today. I know I got messages that you weren't able to get on, but I think some of you even hopped on and started watching it later. So if you weren't able to get on, you haven't watched anything, I just want to be able to give you a few of the highlights that we got to hear today. But just know I'm feeling great. I've got a great attitude. I'm very positive with everything that I've been dealt with right now. And the best way, I think for me, the best medicine I can have for myself is doing what I love. And what I love doing is Miriam gives me an opportunity to help as many people as I can. And that keeps me distracted, keeps me busy, and it keeps me happy. So whatever I can do to support you guys, that's why I'm here. And that's why I left a lot of you messages this morning that I just want you to feel the love. Jeff Olson is so amazing and has been sending this message that we just love on our baby brand partners. And some of you are new, some of you might not be new and just couldn't make it for reasons, and the reasons could be financial, maybe time off, maybe kids, family. So whatever the reason is, you're still part of this family, and I just want you to know, we want to love on you. We want you to feel just as important as if you were sitting in that arena today. And I felt like I was sitting in that arena today. I was glued to our big screen in our family room, and that at some point we had to leave. I had to go get a vitamin C intravenous drip. I don't know, but we were listening to it all the way in the car. We were sitting on, hi, my dog wants to say hi. Say hi. Okay. And then when I had my drip in for about an hour, I had my phone going and I was still taking notes. So hopefully I didn't miss anything that I can pass on to you guys. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to first just kind of give you some of the highlights, some of the things that I thought were really great today. And then, with these little message things that are coming up, if you guys have any questions, go ahead and type them up. Don't do it just yet because I can't read. If you want to just say that you're on, and say hello, that's great. But I'm going to be looking down at my notebook here to give you some notes as soon as I can get my dog off of me. Hold on, let me put her outside. I think she wants to go outside. Come on. Wanna go outside? Go on, go outside. Come on, go get the cat. Okay, she's gone. All right. So we were also at an NMD summit yesterday via cell phone. So we weren't obviously actually able to get in the room, but it was great because we got to hear a lot of good stuff from the corporate team, from Jeff Olson and Mark and Tammy and Renee. But I'm going to kind of focus on the stuff today because I think the stuff today is more mainstream, and I really, if you have an opportunity to take notes right now, if you're in a place that, if you grab a piece of paper right now and a pen. And if you can, go back and watch some of the event. I thought it was only live, but people were going on and watching it afterwards. So you must be able to watch it even though the event's over. So, definitely go through and, watch Jeff Olson. Mark Smith did the most amazing training I've ever seen him do on dream building. And, and we'll talk about that for a little while. So let me start off. Hold on. Jeff Olson actually opened up the event, which was really, really great. Let's see. Oh, here we go. Okay. So I don't know how long you guys have been in. Like I said, some of you might be babies that just recently got in, and you just, going to Dallas was just not something you were able to do on short notice. And one of the things Jeff talked about in the beginning, and he also talked about kind of at the end, was, it takes about 90 days for a brand partner to really figure out what they're doing. Maybe you're in your 90-day window, but let me just say, even if you got started a year ago, 2 years ago, 6 months ago, 30 days ago, but you never really started your business, and you know what I mean. Are you 10 core? Did you get started in your business and then start right away, go into your market parties, having your real result parties, doing 2 exposures a day? Have you been to a big conference? Have you been in since maybe the last conference? If not, then, maybe you haven't really started your business yet. So these numbers I'm going to give you is for people that get started. So if you just really haven't gotten started yet, maybe today's the beginning. So just so you know, Mark, this is from Jeff Olson. It takes 90 days for a new brand partner to figure out what to do. And it's so sad when I talk to someone that's only been in 30 days or 2 weeks or a week, and they're already frustrated and have come to the conclusion that this is not for them, which is ridiculous, because we all have started a job at some point, and we didn't start that job being the best at that job, from day one. So just know 90 days, give yourself 90 days to even figure out what you're doing, but 90 days of doing the business, right? 90 days of being core, doing your 10 core. And then it takes a year, to figure out how to do it. So now you find after 90 days, what you're doing, but it takes you a year to really figure out how to do it good. It takes 2 years to be really good at it. So 90 days, figure out what you've done. 1 year to figure out how to do it, right? So now you're starting to duplicate yourself. 2 years to really get good at it. Are you giving yourself 2 years? Have you already written yourself off because maybe you've hit a couple obstacles? The thing is, I know that since you're on this Periscope right now, and since you probably weren't in Dallas, this is your way of staying connected. And I'm really proud of you guys, because I sent messages, I left voicemails for, I think, close to 100 people. And so and I knew there was only going to be a few people that were going to grab onto this. So I'm really proud of you guys, for being part of the broadcast tonight. And I am recording this so that I can upload it for people. I know there were some people that, had back to school night tonight, and some reasons that they can't be on tonight, and that's okay too. Like I said, I just want to love on you no matter what. But I love that. So just know that we don't expect you to be experts in your first, 30 days in the business. And, and a lot of that falls on us leaders, and that's something that I found out, Jeff Olson kind of said at the end of the event today, is that it's our job as a leader to be working this business with you side by side for your first 90 days. And I know I've fallen short, doing that. I feel like I've done good game plans, and I've given some great tips on what to do to get started. Maybe help them make their list, said, hey, I'm here for your 3 ways, who can you get me on the phone with? But that's like good stuff. But really, our job should be like working the business with you for 90 days, helping you with your first 10 exposures, helping you work with your first few people that get in the business and do the exact same thing with them. So just know that if you're not where you want to be right now, that's okay. That's why I'm reaching out right now. I want each and every one of you guys, I'm giving the invitation right now. If you want to do this business and you want to get started now and you want to run side by side with Scott or I and lock arms with us, let us know. This was a really eye-opener training for myself too as a leader. So I'm here for you. I'm committing to be there for you guys. If you want it, you just let me know. Now let me go through a couple more little highlights here. I liked he said this. He said, we can't guarantee success. None of us have a crystal ball. We can't guarantee the type of success that you're going to have. But what they can guarantee, what Jeff can say that he can guarantee us, is that he will give us the exact right tools and training and personal development that you need to have success. Does that make sense? So it's not that you can't have success here. Everybody can have success here. It's whether or not you choose to take advantage of those tools that they're providing for us. Okay? So just think about that. We never want to blame, things or people or the company or the product for reasons that we don't have success, because each and every one of us has the exact same opportunity. I've just been in a little bit longer, so maybe I know a little bit more, maybe I have a little bit more experience, maybe I'm doing a little better right now than maybe some of you, but we all have the same opportunity here, because maybe I'm just taking more advantage of the tools that they're giving to us. So definitely start doing that. And really, he just said, the goal here is to become a better version of yourself. The goal is not to be the top recruiter, it's not to be the top producer, it's to become a better version of yourself, because all the other stuff that's going to come from you becoming a better person is going to be the byproduct of you being a better person. You're going to be more focused, you're going to have better plans, you're going to plan your day before the day begins. The better you get as a person, the more you're going to have clarity. Clarity comes focus, and focus is going to drive your business. It's going to get your goals out there. So just know that that's the goal, is for you to become, what's our corporate, mission statement? To make people better, right? Nowhere does it to make people prettier, make people richer. It's just to make people better. So focus on the better version of yourself, because that's going to be the key. The byproduct will be the business exploding for you. I promise you. Okay, let's see. I'm hiding in my bedroom right now, and it's a little dark in here. It's really horrible. I'm hiding from my dog because she's crazy, and she's actually banging on the door right now, so I'm trying not to talk too loud so she doesn't know that I'm in here. Okay, let me just... Okay, so, and then Mark Smith with the dream building. I couldn't do it justice trying to train on that, but the message there is, if you haven't really worked out why you're in this business, and beyond getting out of debt, beyond paying the rent, beyond all those things, because I know a lot of times those are our first thoughts. Why am I doing this business? I'm doing this business to make some extra money. I've got, the collection, people call me every night. I just barely make ends meet. Whatever I make goes right out to bills. I know that that's for a lot of people. That's why you might initially come in. But Mark Smith really challenges us to think beyond that and think beyond paying, just the things that the immediate things that you want right now, the immediate things that you think you need right now, and dreaming beyond that. And that is really something that needs to be done one-on-one. And, if you watch the event, I would, fast forward through some stuff. Not that there wasn't all good stuff, but I really do believe that particular training that Mark Smith did is phenomenal. And it's about an hour, and he sat someone down randomly from the audience. So she had no idea that he was going to be doing this. And he broke down her goals and showed her how to dream, how to have affirmations, how to do dream boards. And so I would really, what I'd like to do is, like I said, that's something that would need to be one-on-one. So if you didn't see that, or you would like to do that, with myself or with Scott, and really break down why you're here, because what he did, his whole thing was he broke her goals all the way down to just the pinpoint of what her day is going to look like when she achieved. Her goal was to become 3-star NMD. So that she could be making $30,000 a month. And the nice thing is, once we know that, then he's able to plan out what are you going to need to do to hit 3-star by that goal. So whatever rank you are, it doesn't matter. And I love Jeff Olson said that too. It doesn't matter where you are. It doesn't matter what rank you are. It just has to be, what's your belief? What do you believe that you can achieve? Rank has nothing to do with it. Rank is it's just a title in the comp plan. It doesn't identify you. So figure out what you want first. Figure out what that looks like income-wise. And not that it has to be about money, but I'm sorry, but money is going to be the stuff that's going to get what you want in life. If it's retirement, if it's taking care of your family, is it retiring your husband? I got to retire my husband. I homeschool my kids. So money means something, right? So we needed to have money in order for him not to have to work and still have money coming in. So what I'd love to do is I'd love to offer out for any one of you, if you want to have a session with one of us and really break down, your goal and really show you how to achieve and break down what maybe someplace you've never gone before, and it should make you emotional, to really think about where you see yourself. So if you do, text Scott or I. My phone number is 714-357-9466. Scott is 949-887-6672. And just text us. Say, yes, I'd like to plan a dream building session with you. And we're going to do everything we can to duplicate what Mark Smith did on stage. And like I said, I encourage you, watch that training session. That was absolutely phenomenal. Okay, so let me move on from there. Let's see. One of the things Mark said is the things you don't think about won't come true. And that makes sense, good or bad. And thoughts are powerful. And I have these conversations with my kids. I have these conversations with brand partners all the time. I know sometimes things can, we always tell everybody, if you're frustrated or have anything negative happening, bring it up. The worst thing you could do is take it down into your organization. So reach up to one of us. There's no brand partner, there is no NMD that got started that on day one knew everything that they needed to know about this business, right? So we all have had obstacles. It wasn't a picnic in the park to get where we are. We had ups and downs. We had frustrations. We had people that said no. The only difference between Scott and I and any of you on this broadcast is that we've had more people quit on us. We've had more people cancel their ADOs. We've had more people say no. The only difference is we do it anyway, right? If you have a strong enough why, then it doesn't matter. I'll tell you what. My why now has completely changed. My why has changed, periodically through this journey with Nerium, but nothing as much as it's changed in this last month since we got the diagnosis. Because I'll tell you what, any fear, because here's the thing, you talk to any NMD, if they're being real, they still get, nervous on certain exposures, or maybe they have, those chicken lists or someone that they really admire, to go talk to, or maybe it's they're really nervous with cold market. So just know that we all have our fears. But when you're faced with what we've been faced with, this last month or so, I'm not really fearful anymore. It has completely changed my mindset. The only thing that scares me now is not being here for my boys. It is not seeing them grow up. Not seeing them, get married and graduate and all those milestones that are going to happen, in their life. And my daughter too, who's 23. That scares me now. Nerium, nothing can scare me about Nerium now. So I feel like I could care less if someone tells me no. If someone quits, well, that's okay. Jeff Olson even said it great today. There's going to be some people that just aren't going to see, whether they get started or not, they're going to build someone else's dream, whether it's their W-2 or they're doing some other network marketing company that they more resonate with. That's okay. Don't let those obstacles throw you off. Don't let someone else's decision not to, to take this gift of Nerium that could possibly change their life and the lives of thousands of people that they could potentially touch. Don't let that one person, determine what your success is going to be or not be. Right? You are part of a family that is supportive and wants only success for you. Positive. Why would you not want to be here? So just know that if you have a strong enough why, nothing is going to stop you from doing Nerium. Thoughts are things. Okay, so what you don't focus on won't happen. So if you're focusing on negative, if you find your thoughts on, gosh, I can't pay the bills. Gosh, I don't have extra money in my bank account right now to go to Dallas. All your mind hears is the no's and the I can'ts. You have to just change your language, even if it's just to yourself, and be more positive. And that's where he came in with the affirmations. Having affirmations, I will, I am statements. I will be successful at Nerium. I am a national marketing director, if that's what you want. Maybe you're just in it for the car. I am a senior director. I will earn a Lexus by the end of the year. Where do you see yourself by the end of the year? This is a great time of year to plan out, the next 3 months. And that's why I wanted to do this, because I don't want you guys that weren't in Dallas to ever feel forgotten or to feel like, everybody's going to be coming back on fire. You're probably seeing stuff blast all over Facebook, all the fun that they're having. Okay, great. Well, be in St. Louis. I've already bought my tickets for St. Louis. We've already reserved our hotel rooms for St. Louis. Just make a decision. Don't wait until March and not have the money again, or not have the time off work, or not have your kids taken care of. Plan it now. Plan ahead. I am going to St. Louis. You can purchase your tickets right now. Just do it. And don't be an overflow. Do it now. Be the smart ones, because the arena is filled, but then they had to do an overflow at the convention center, which is awesome. But I'll tell you what, I want to be in the main arena, and I'm sure that you guys would too. So let me hop to a couple. Okay, so Amber Olson made a great couple good announcements. EHT is now going to be part of our marketing tool. It's going to be in the new updated DVD. Awesome, you're getting Alexis, that's right. There's going to be a new DVD that's going to be available right away, and EHT is going to be part of it. So now you don't have to worry about, at the end of the RRP, your expert having to explain EHT, whether they're in the room or Skyping in or FaceTiming in, whatever. So they're going to have their own brochures. We're going to have EHT apparel, because I know for a lot of people, the EHT is kind of focused around people that work out, athletics. If you're at the gym and have a really, cool tank top or EHT t-shirt, that might be a great, lead-in to talk about EHT. So they're going to have everything for EHT now for people that really do want to focus on the sales of EHT. There's going to be a lead capture page for EHT. If you get someone to fill out the lead capture page on EHT, they're going to be getting videos, over kind of a campaign time, different testimonials, things about the science, about the product, all that stuff. And you get the caption page if you're a subscriber to The Edge. So if you're not a subscriber to The Edge, you'll get the regular kind of, they call it a static page, that just has information on there. But if you have The Edge, you're going to get the full digital page with all the videos for EHT. And also, the firm is now available in Canada and Mexico. If you haven't heard, it's going to be the Optimera version of the firm. I'm actually so excited about that, because we have team out in Canada and they've been smuggling in the firm. So I'm really glad that now we have the firm available. And from now until Monday, you actually can purchase it. And, it's going to have that Optimera blend. And it's also going to have the SIG 1273, which is that miracle, ingredient that's in our Optimera brand, is also going to be in the firm. So you have an opportunity right now that you can purchase it just from now until Monday. They're selling it in packs of 2. So if you want to purchase those, go online, get yourself a couple bottles. Those are great because maybe you do have someone that maybe is in Mexico or Canada, or Korea, or you just want to use it yourself. Like I might get your hands on some of that. That's going to be really cool. Let's see. And then, oh, I love this. This actually gave me chills. 2 for 160. All right, thanks. Yes, and you can only get 2. If you knew what Jeff Olson was building for us, you'd go through a brick wall for it. Because we've only seen the tip of the iceberg of what he has planned for us, in the very near future. And if we could just have a little glimpse, had a time machine and we can just go forward just a little bit to see what Jeff Olson has planned for us, I'll tell you what, guys, you would do anything. You would go through a brick wall to do everything you could to have success here at Nerium, and that's our job. That is our job as leaders, is to make sure that you have that belief and that we can help you, really grow this business. So sometimes you just have to go on faith, right? And I jumped in this business on faith a few years ago. I had no idea what I was going to be doing. This was not something that I had any experience in, but sometimes you just have to take those leaps of faith. And I'll tell you one thing I did have a positive outlook. I trusted the people that got me started. I was always thinking ahead. I just believed that I was going to have success here. I believed that I was going to be able to retire Scott. So it really comes down to what your own belief is. What's your belief level, in yourself. And even if you don't 100% believe it right now, just start saying it in affirmation. You start saying affirmations enough, you're going to start to believe it about yourself. That's what affirmations are for. They're not for what is current right now. They're for what you want. Okay, so definitely start with your affirmations. I think Anna Woodward, did a great job on the product prospecting and just how a lot of us are missing the boat on the 3-year free. If you just feel like you're having a hard time keeping customers or keeping brand partners excited, if someone's getting their product for free, and if they're a brand partner, not only are they getting their product for free, but they're building up residual income, getting free product for signing up customers, that's gonna secure your brand partners. It's gonna secure your customers staying on the books. So really, just focusing, if just one thing you focused on was customers and helping those customers get customers. We are a product-based company. We were #1 in consumer products, in Inc. magazine, on 5,000 worldwide companies that are private. We ranked #1 in consumer products. We have the product, so don't be shy, be proud, get out there more. And I'm saying you get out there more and share it, but I'm also saying I want to do it with you. Scott and I want to arm in arm with you. And the leaders that are in Dallas right now, they want to help you. So let us help you increase your customer base, because by increasing your customer base, you're getting some extra money, you're getting some free product, and you're going to have customers that are going to stay on the books. So really, 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 we need to focus more on that 3-year free. Just think of the volume that could be, that steady income, that steady residual income that could be coming in every month. Because, like I said, maybe it is money for some of you. What if you had a great book of business coming in on just customers, that could have paid for your trip to Dallas, or that will pay for your trip, in April to St. Louis. And I would recommend you starting just a little business advice. I'd recommend you, if you haven't already, open up an account, just a savings account that's just specifically for your travel fund with Nerium. And just a little bit every week or a little bit every month or whatever your paycheck is, dropping some money in there. Between now and April, you could have your whole trip paid for and not have to be, worrying about the financial side of it, especially if maybe some of that money has to go towards daycare, or someone helping you out with your kids. Think ahead, with stuff like that. And this is huge. So they didn't say when, but coming soon, we're going to have auto bank draft. This is huge, you guys, because how many times, this just happened to Scott and I recently. He got a new debit card, bank card, without, the bank didn't tell us. They just stopped his card and issued a new card because they saw, or what they suspected, was fraud. The banks are so on high alert right now that it's very frustrating sometimes when we try to input someone's credit card and for some reason the bank doesn't accept it, and so I know for a lot of people that could be frustrating. Then you have a customer, it's like, oh, forget it, this is too much of a hassle. And then you have to worry about expiration dates. All of a sudden you have someone that had an ADO, but it expired, and now you lost your 3-year free. But it was all because of an expiration date, and now you're trying to get a hold of a customer to get them to update their credit card, right? So, auto bank draft is going to be huge. Not having to worry about expiring cards, not having to worry about the whole, fraud on a credit card. So that's going to be coming out very soon, and then they're going to have a NearEMU to talk about and kind of train on. Now, how do you go back and contact all your brand partners and or customers, how to change them from credit card to bank draft? And I think your customers will like that better too. Okay, so Jeff Olson also said 80% of the business comes from brand partners that have been in the business for a year or less. So if that's you, that's why you're really the most important people to the business. Yes, it's great, all the leaders that, that are at the event that have been around for a while and have huge teams out there in Dallas. But the reality is, 80% of the business comes from people that have been in the business a year or more, a year or less. And people that are in NearEM for a year or less, they're still in that. Remember that I said 90 days to even figure out what you've done, a year, to figure out how to do it. So those people in that year that are just now figuring out how to do it, maybe they're still, financially, just now starting to get their business going, maybe earning, a couple $1,000s a month if you're working the business. Maybe you've hit the car at that point. Maybe you're still at director at that point, whatever it is. But the point is, most of the business comes from you guys because you still have a fresh list. You're new. So someone that's been in the business now 3 or 4 years, they probably have gone through a lot of their warm market compared to someone maybe still within their first year that are still working their full-time job, still maybe working 2 jobs. So that really was an eye-opener for me to know where I need to focus my time, and not that I don't love the leaders. They're awesome, but they don't need us. Quite frankly, they don't need us. You guys need us. You guys that weren't there but are on Periscope right now because you want to kind of soak in everything that you can. You need us, and that's what we want. We want to be that person for you. And then just in some closing things with Jeff. Hold on, kind of went over that. Go fast or go slow. You've probably heard Jeff Olson say that. Maybe you've seen it in his book. He really, at the end of this event today, he really brought home, go slow to go fast and master the mundane, and just keep it simple, and it's all about the 10 core commitments, and I would encourage all of you tonight, print off a copy of the 10 core commitments, look it over and be real with yourself. Ask yourself, what on this list am I doing and what am I not doing? And be real, and nobody's judging you. You're not getting a grade, but you can't move forward until you're real with yourself on where you are right now. Okay? And so where are you right now? What part of the 10 core are you doing? And then let's focus on helping you get through all 10, and that's something I'd love to work with you on, go through that, then reach out to Scott or I and say, okay, I've graded myself on my 10 core, I'm 2 out of 10, I'm 1 out of 10, I'm 8 out of 10, obviously, we're not all 10 because we're not at the big event, but we're watching it, if you're watching it, that's great. But give yourself a score. And then let's work from there. And don't go off that 10 core commitment. That's what he was talking about, mastering the mundane. And he had a great tip that he got from Robert and Annie Schwartz. They said that every Nerium U, and I don't know, are you attending a Nerium U? If not, now's a great time, to get connected with a Nerium University that you can plug into. At every Nerium University, afterwards they sit around and everybody plans a real results party for that week. And Jeff Olson, just kind of said, you're finally mastering the mundane, because they were like, I don't know why I didn't get this before. We started doing this and now their business is starting to explode. And he's like, it's just because now you're mastering the mundane. You're going back to the basics, real result parties. That's where it's at. Get your 2 exposures a day. Read your personal development. Get on your corporate update call. Okay, so it's not that any of those things are hard. It's just you have to be consistent. And be consistent over a sustainable period of time if you want to see the results of it. Not for a week, not for 2 weeks. Do it for 90 days. Do it through the end of the year. Give yourself a challenge to be 10 core committed till the end of the year and see. And if you can tell me at the end of the year that your business still hasn't changed and you've done 10 core, every single day you did something in your business and you got myself, Scott, any of the leaders on 3-way calls consistently and your business still hasn't done anything, I'll help you call corporate to quit. Okay? Because I know for sure that if you do this business, till the end of the year, 10 core, that you will not recognize your business, come the first of the year. So I challenge you to do that. And I'll know if you're doing it too, because, you're on our team. So I'll be able to see what you're doing. And if you're calling me, for 3-way calls. Okay. So let's see, schedule, master the mundane. And I love when he says, know who you are, know where you're going, and know how you're going to get there. And that kind of goes back to, know who you are. That's personal development. That's that dream building too. Being real with yourself. Know who you are, know where you're going, and know how to get there. Scott and I can help you, show you how to get there. And we can show you, help you kind of work through a plan to figure out where you want to go. And if you can just do that, Jeff Olson, I love when he says that, know who you are, know where you're going, and know how you're going to get there. Have a plan. Everybody should have a plan. If you're working a W-2, your boss has a plan for you. If you don't have a plan for yourself, that's okay, because someone else is going to have a plan for you. And it's probably not going to be as beneficial for you as it is for them. Really, the power is within you, to just carve out the life that you want. And this is my favorite last quote of the afternoon, and it was Jeff Olson. He was fired up, and I could just see it building. So again, if you can go back and watch these, I would definitely recommend Jeff Olson in the beginning. Definitely recommend, Mark Smith, his dream building session, and then Jeff Olson at the end. Not that there isn't good content in between, but I kind of gave you most of the announcements in there. But go, watch Jeff Olson at the end and if you're not inspired or motivated watching him, you might want to check your pulse. But the thing that he kind of ended with, and I love this, he said, quit trying to figure out and just do the damn thing. Cracked me up. Quit trying to figure it out and just do the damn thing, right? It's not rocket science. We're marketing anti-aging products. You don't have to understand the science. You don't have to understand every single ingredient that is on the back of the bottle. Trust me, I'm not that person. I don't even understand the comp plan, but they still pay me, right? So stop trying to figure it out and just do the damn thing. Love that. So this is what I would love to do for you guys right now, in this right immediate future. Tomorrow night, we're going to do this again. And tonight Scott's at football practice with Jack, and I think I could probably snag him for some great input tomorrow evening. But we really would love for you guys to do is, because you are home, is who could you get on the phone with us this weekend? I challenge you. Who could you do a sit down with this weekend? Who could you grab a cup of coffee with, a glass of wine with, and just say, you know what? This might be totally, out of the blue, but I'd love to share with you what I'm doing. I'm very excited. My company has all these amazing things that are happening right now and these great announcements that they just made. And I'm just looking to network because this may or may not be for you, but you might know someone that you can refer to me that we might be able to help, and get tough. Know your why. If you know your why and you really feel strongly about your why, you're not going to care what they're going to say after you say that. Okay? Who cares? Right? It's like fishing. You just got to keep putting those lines in. You're not going to get a fish every rod that's in. But it doesn't take much. It just takes us finding a few people, just a few people that want to join us. And then we're going to lock arms with them. And you have my commitment as long as I can, unless I'm in surgery, and under anesthesia, whatever it is, I'm asleep. I'm going to make myself available for you guys as much as I can. Okay, so take us up on this. Reach out to us. I gave you our phone numbers. I'll give it to you one more time for anybody that got on late. 714-357-9466 is my cell number, and Scott's is 949-887-6672. Text us. What can we do with you right now? One, do you want to plan a dream building session? This is probably something we'll plan after the event, Sunday or next week. Two, commit. Go ahead and put a message up right now. Are you willing to make a commitment right now that you'll get us on the phone with at least one person, in the next couple days? Will you make it a commitment that maybe you'll schedule a coffee date or a glass of wine or a beer, with someone? Go ahead. Let me hear it. If you're willing to commit it, put it out there. What are you afraid of? Stop trying to figure it out and just do the damn thing, right? Awesome. So, like I said, I just really wanted, that's right, you're in it to win it. That's right. Just wanted you guys to know that we're in no way going to forget about you just because you weren't in that arena today. We are here for you. We want to work for you. Another message that we kind of got from the event today was that, we work for you. You might be on our team, might be part of our downline, but that doesn't mean you work for us. We actually work for you. That's our job. Let us do our job. Let us do what we're good at. I am good at three-way calls. I am good at helping to paint the vision of Nerium. Let me do that for you. Get me on the phone with some people. Okay? And then also, could you schedule a real results party this weekend? Doesn't have to be anything crazy. The last minute real result parties are the best. Have a Sunday barbecue. Don't do anything Saturday during the day, because you want to watch the last day of the event, but maybe do it right after, and for if anybody's here local in Vegas, Scott and I are thinking about doing, they're going to be at the White Party in Dallas. Maybe we'll have our own after event here at the house. Love to see you guys that are local here in Vegas, and, maybe we can, to hook up and kind of mastermind and go over some things to help you to grow your business. So day one is over. This is just the beginning. All the wonderful stuff that happened today, they're just building up. So please, if you can, log on tomorrow to live streaming. It's NeriumLivestreaming.com. Tomorrow it's going to start at 10 o'clock Central Time and goes till, I think, 6 o'clock Central Time. Yeah. 10 to 6 tomorrow, 10 to 5 on Saturday. Okay, so it's NeriumLivestream.com. And, like I said, just let us know with text messages what we can do for you. We want to schedule some time with you. With that, you guys, thank you so much. Just before we log off, does anybody have any questions that I can answer real quick, either about the event or anything that we talked about? I'd love to answer any questions. Thanks, Scott. Yeah, Nerium Livestream. You're welcome. Awesome. You're welcome. You're welcome, honey. All right, no questions. Awesome. Well, we're here. You know, I'm free the rest of the night, and so if you guys want to call me, text me. I don't know why I invited you to this. Then just reach out. We're here. We have our hands out. See, we have our hands out for you. Just reach out. So I'll just close it with this. You know, stop trying to figure it out, and just do the damn thing. All right, guys. Love you. Bye. I don't know how to turn this thing off.